Einstein's brain was stolen, y'all?
They stole his brain?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they stole Albert Einstein's brain. You know how?
Who stole it? I mean, like, okay, was it like a worker?
I'm about to put y'all
Another
on green.
facility? Like,
So look what they say, man. They said when Albert Einstein died in 1955 at Princeton Hospital, his final wish was simple: to be cremated with no special attention to his remains. But Thomas Harvey, the pathologist on duty, had other plans. During the autopsy, he removed Epstein's brain. Damn, Einstein's brain without the family's consent and kept it in hopes of unlocking the secrets behind his genius. Instead of turning it over, Harvey preserved the brain in a jar, sliced it into 240 pieces, and silvers sent slivers to select researchers across the world. He lost his job shortly after, but kept the brain in his possession for decades, storing it in boxes, jars, and even beer coolers across Kansas and Missouri. Ain't that some shit?
wow. 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 Wow.
Stole his brain. So how we know that it ain't people walking around with Einstein's DNA?
Well, he had family, so they have his DNA.
No, I'm saying like how we know they didn't take his brain and clone somebody with it.
Well, I'm not gonna go there. I'm just saying. This is. I think this is horrible. Like Twin said, they treated him like a science project. They did Henrietta Lacks the same way, cloned her cells multiple times. And
Who?
Henrietta Lacks.
Who's that?
So she was a woman. She has these. It's been a while since I've talked about her, but she had these cells that they duplicated, and they had been using for tests for many, 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 many years. They've been doing stem cell research from it. I guess her cells multiply.
Huh?
I guess her cells multiply. I was trying to get the exact thing about it. But it's been a while since I spoke about her. Anyway, they did the same thing to her. Her family ultimately found this out because
I think I heard about that situation.
Right.
They still using her cells to this day or something like that.
Right. And I think at one point it was supposed to stop. Yeah, it was they took her cancer cells, right. And I think I understand research and science, and a lot of people, they feel a certain way about that. I understand his curiosity of wanting to research because Albert Einstein was a genius. They say he was a genius, right? But he's a scientist. He was a pathologist. He wants to study the brain makeup, the difference in tissue, whatever, from other sources that they may have in the brain, and trying to find out what made this man the person that he is of the mind. Like you always said, if you can create something, you can reverse it, you can duplicate it, you can do whatever. But it's inhumane to be walking around with someone's brain or harvesting it in beer coolers for years. That's insanity because you were fired. You shouldn't have this brain. You outside of the facility for research purposes.
They didn't even know he had it when
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's insane. He's crazy. He's no better than any of these other sociopaths.
And why he hasn't been sued yet? Why ain't nobody take it upon themselves to do so? That's why I find something strange about it, because you would think the family or people are like will go and do something about this. Like ain't nobody the government ain't did nothing about that. You just let this nigga walk around with this nigga man brain.
Right, but I think some of these scientists are freaks mentally themselves. He said he just wanted to be in possession of a brain. Like when I was, when you start thinking about how surgeries first started opening up people's bodies, these people, I think you do have to have like a a curiosity that's a little outside of your normal to want to be involving yourself with people's bodies parts, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it already takes a special person to become a surgeon or doctors of that sort, right? Putting your hands inside, really getting to the gritty. To the point that you're like trying to keep things and store them, that's dangerous. That's a dangerous mind. It's a little, and why haven't charges been brought? Like that's insane. I don't think that's right. Not even for science purposes. Not even for science purposes.
That's
Do I think
weird.
that's right? I think it's weird.
That shit crazy right there. That's why I said
That's his brain in a jar. That's pieces of his brain in a jar. That's weird.
And he sliced them up to 240 pieces. That's why I knew something was gonna be crazy. Twin said that was the 1950s, cat. They didn't have no laws about that, which is sad. We have to have laws that tell people not to steal other people's brains.
Right. Right. Oh my God.
Damn.
Yeah, you literally have to.
Hell yeah, we need a law. Hell yeah, we need a motherfucking law. Because that shit right there make a nigga think crazy. Crazy. Don't snatch up a nigga brain. Now, who knows how many more other people did shit like that?
Right. How many people are taking body parts out of the lab? It's too much. It's just too much.
Somebody probably walking around with Michael Jackson brain.
Body part. You know what I'm saying? That's just